Good morning. It is still morning. Day 23 on Carnivore. I am watching a video by Dr. Somebody, the guy from Florida. Uh, the video's name is Understanding Diabetes and Insulin. Um, I think I have, I know I have been in denial of being a type 1 diabetic. And in the last 6 months, I think I've been um, embracing it more, trying to understand it more, which helps me live a better life. Yes, my intention is to get off of insulin and to heal my body, which I do believe that I can. Um, but I'm learning about insulin and why my numbers can't stay high, and they've been high since. I mean, pretty consistently, they've been high since I was diagnosed. Uh, it'll be 8 years in October. So, uh, insulin is important for all kinds of things. Cortisol, I'm learning that cholesterol is important for all, it's a precursor for all of our hormones. So, if your cholesterol is a little bit high, it's not a big deal. And I've known that for a while. But insulin, I need the last 3 days. I've been good, but I've upped my insulin a little bit. And I don't know, I guess I've been fearful that the insulin was going to keep me fat, um, but that's not the case. So, um, just wanted to report one of the things my husband and I realized last night when we were out eating is that our hearing has become more sensitive, in that people seem to be much louder. And like when we go to the movie theater, our hearing seems to be much more sensitive to sound, which is interesting and different. Um, so this is day 23, and I'm feeling really good. I slept really well last night. Um, I'm not tempted anymore. I may have covered this in a previous video, but there is no more, at this point for me, cravings for things. Like, I can look at, like, I don't know, a bag of corn chips or potato chips or ice cream or alcohol. Used to drink, and there's just no. I think the cravings are gone. I think what I deal with now is probably emotional, like really emotional. Like I'm in a certain social situation, or Roger and I go to a place where we've done certain things, so we kind of have a habit of eating certain things and drinking, and um, those things aren't there. The like the habit thing, like we can go back to. It's all emotional for me now. The eating, which is interesting. Um, so I have an opportunity to look at those pieces and really do actually some deeper inner work, emotional work that probably would not have presented itself had I not changed my diet. And when you think about it, when you simplify your diet to this extent, it takes out a whole lot of peripheral. Um, I'm going to call them distractions, um, and so you can. I feel like I can get really down to some really deeper inner emotional work. Um, and I think I've always had a quote love affair with food. I think it's always been this. I don't know. I think I've always eaten my emotions for a long time. Uh, I used to weigh 260 pounds and basically was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Um, and I don't remember having a food thing uh, until I got to be in my 20s. And then I think I started, and I know we jokingly say in our family that Caleb, my fourth child, I have 5 kids, was my quote fast food baby because I would like eat fast food. I ate fast food all the time with him. Um, thank goodness they're all healthy, wonderful children. But I also had 4 babies at home with a midwife, the last 4, and we did not immunize any of our children. And Kyle, my first one, was the only baby that had baby food from a jar. The other 4 were breastfed up until they were about 2 years old, and probably in that those last 6 months before they were 2, like from 1.5 on, they would eat food that was on the table. We didn't buy any baby food jars um, and give them food out of a jar. So my kids are all really healthy, and I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, Mark David, I'll talk about that for just a second. He said there is no true food addiction because you can't really have an addiction to anything that is essential for life. So food is essential for life, so you can't really have an addiction to food. So it's a whole new perspective and way to look at that, because I've always said forever that I had a fast food addiction, and he said, well, you could possibly have a fast food addiction in that I was addicted to the salt or the fat or something in those foods, but technically you can't have an addiction to something that is essential for life, which is, so you can't have an addiction to, like air or water. It's funny though, when you emotionally eat, you want the like the high carb things, the things that are. So I'll be interested to see how this emotional piece plays out in the coming days, because I don't hear many people that are on the carnivore diet really talk about the emotional stuff, and emotional work and deeper work and like shadow work and that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's it for today. It's Saturday. It's a very beautiful day in Missouri. So hopefully wherever you are, you're having a good day. I'll talk to you later.